What's up, guys? Welcome to Podcast 412, Fight for Purity. A bold way of looking at challenges that young people are facing. We'll talk about the naked truth of life and how to handle the problems you're thinking but not talking about. So strap in, get ready for another great podcast.
So welcome back, you guys. So we're going to get right back to our subject. We left off talking about Eros. Oh, Eros? Eros.
I looked up how to
Okay, Eros.
say it. Eros.
Eros. And so we're going to jump to the next definition, and Elisa is going to take it away.
So the, I guess, other kind of love is the one I got was phileo love. I think I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, I didn't look that up. But mine's is more, it has nothing to do with physical attraction. It has all to do with, it's mostly, I guess, like family love and friendship love. It has absolutely nothing to do with the physical. It's mostly, so that love is usually tied with that, but it's also tied with it needs to be reciprocated. It needs to, like, we love them because we get along really well, or we love them because they make you happy, you know. And so just how once it stops being reciprocated, it can also end that way as well. So it can not only be that brotherly bond and that, you know, really good friends bond, but it can also be I guess superficial, very conditional. It's conditional.
Oh, okay.
It's conditional love.
There has to be something shared of some kind.
Type, yeah. And then it also can be referred to also with like objects.
Oh.
And like things, like being in love with like your life.
Or like
Or
usually
like
we're saying a sport. and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sport or whatever the case may be. So that's what phileo love.
So that's one that kind of comes and goes.
Yes, it can come and go.
I guess,
And
is it more based on feelings?
What she
or-
said, connection. What did you say?
Oh, maybe a connect. Oh, there
A
you go.
bonding of some kind.
a bond, and then and conditions really.
Yeah.
You're in it because it makes you happy, in some way, or it satisfies you in some way.
Yeah, or maybe you're in it too, because when you think about, like, with family, I mean, it's like
You live together.
you have to, like,
That's your bond, your
Yeah.
family.
yeah, I mean, like, you have to get along, and I mean, I guess you don't have to, but yeah, that would definitely make you.
It's a bond.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like your roommates, when you like move out of your house, you create some kind of love. Maybe not like a love the way you expect it, but you have some kind of kinship, I think is the word
I
you
think
use.
that was the first one. It's like that strong affection for another arising out of kingship or personal ties.
Yeah.
So
So
kind of
the-
like, I have love for you. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily
Not like
love you.
Or you have something in common.
I've got strong affections towards you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
affection for one
And
another.
I think that's kind of because I think, what is it? Your husband, how he's close to the guys because
That he works with, yeah.
in the military.
Oh, in the military, yeah.
Because they
They
went
have
through
that
the same
bond.
thing together. They went through the same training together, and so it kind of stuck.
Even though after all these years, they still talk to each other. They'll go like weeks without talking to each other.
But
they'll
pick up like nothing.
they'll pick up like nothing. Hey, my kid's having a party. Hey, we're doing this for Christmas. You know, come on over, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's still that.
Yeah, and I guess the maternal or the family one is because
Your family.
your family, you grow up together, you do everything
you
together.
have the same parents.
Yeah.
You know, we do the same thing together.
Yeah. Hey, but that's even uncommon.
It can be. Well, it's
Because-
like she said, it's conditional.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Having the same parents.
having the same parents, so you have a bond because you grew up in the same house, you grew up together. It wasn't like you were over here and then you were over here. You were together.
Yeah. Well, even now though, like that family bond, it's kind of like up for, what's not contention. Like people kind of like argue about it now, about how like you can break ties with your family if they were like toxic and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like a big thing. It's like a big thing now. You can cut your family off. So like
And a lot of people do once they turn like 18 or even
Yeah.
before that, if they can leave, they will.
yeah, and then they're like, that's it. We have no more love. Got no more bonding.
They don't ever talk to their parents anymore. put them in nursing homes when they're old.
You're like, no,
Well, I've actually like had known for like residents to just get dropped off and their family members never. Oh my gosh, like the transition in that was like heartbreaking because like they're like lost, especially being in like the memory care unit. So dementia and Alzheimer's. Like, so like they're just like, oh well, they're coming back for me, and then it's just like
They never come back.
they never come back.
Oh, that's
yeah,
so
like
sad.
when they did that, I was just like,
That could be like culture too.
Yeah.
Because like my husband's family, like even though the grandpa was mean and everything, they always took care of him until they died. You know, they'd bring in caregivers, but family was always there. And in other cultures, I know that people do that. Even if their parents weren't the best to them, they take care of them.
that bond is
Because
strong.
the bond
Yeah.
is strong.
Yeah.
And now
Japanese.
it's, yeah.
they do that.
Yeah, now it's not. It's like,
It's not, yeah. Well, at least here it's not. It's not strong here.
And well, I think what it is too, though, is because sometimes of the way you're raised to be,
Where
like-
family isn't.
well, not just that families, but just because you're raised to be very selfish and very self-centered, and so you don't know how to love. Like for you, you love yourself. You know, you're very good at loving yourself. You know, and so everything depends and hinges on you. And so I think when you don't love like other people,
I think when you can't get past
yeah,
this kind of love, the bonding, the connection love, then
Because the phileo love can be easily given and easily taken away. Because it's the one thing is it's very conditional. You know, the second it doesn't make you happy, or the second you're not benefiting from it, the second is you don't love it no more. But it's great when you have it because it's strong when you have it. But it's because it makes you happy.
yeah,
And you know,
or
you're
you have
getting
something in common, or
something in common. You have same values. You have some type of benefit from it. Whether it's because it's a actual like interaction between two people, or because it's a love for your career, because it gives you money. A love for
a sport because you're good at it.
because you're good at it, and you get that verbal affirmation from other people, that praise. You know, just anything like that.
it'd probably be like, you know how when you're in middle school, and you know, well, especially if you're like in elementary and you're really good friends with somebody, and then you go to middle school and you all kind of start changing
Because you find your own
because
interests.
you kind of find things that you like, or they want to go and
Be cool.
be
Yeah.
cool, yeah, or
You
they want to be
you
popular.
lose that kinship.
yeah, but it's lost because you no longer or share that, you know, or you can't, you know, they can't benefit from
Your relationship.
your friendship. Yeah, so then they just cut you off because, okay, well, you're not bonding with me the way I want you to. So yeah, go find some new friends.
All right.
Find some different friends.
But yeah. Then what's our next one? The next level.
So the next level,
Take it to the next level,
is the love
Angelique.
of all loves,
Ooh.
agape. So, looking at it, it was kind of like. Sorry, I have my own little notes here. It's because I don't think I wouldn't remember, but it's a love that comes from God, pretty much. And so, like, when I was reading it and like looking it up, like, you know, it's not sentimental. Like, God's love is not feelings. Like, that type of love is not feelings. It's more sacrificial, it said. And it's like, what did it?
It's real love.
It's real love. Yes, it's real love. So I was like, oh my gosh, my mind's just like, so it's like more of like a sacrifice. It's not based off of feelings. And so like, I guess unconditional.
Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, would you say it's unconditional then, since hers is?
Selfless. It's selfless. So like, even though, it says like nothing is expected in return. So like God loves us even though
It's all give.
it's we
yeah, like no matter who you are,
Yeah.
no matter what you've done, like, it
He
doesn't
just-
matter.
It's not
He
the
just
love.
loves us,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't earn it.
no
Yeah,
like,
and it's
there's
not
no-
based on anything that
no
you
works,
do.
nothing.
It's not based on how you look. It's not based on how well you can cook, or how well you can sing, or anything like that.
It's funny. My first thought was a dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Like dogs are like that. You know, you can beat the heck out of a dog, but he will always come back. He'll be faithful. He'll love you still. He'll be so excited to see you. Like that was like my first thought, which is really sad.
But then you could debate whether he just
If it's beneficial still to him to
no
stay.
no
Or what?
You can debate whether it's actually love.
Well, you know what I
You
mean,
know.
though. It's like it's an ish example.
Yeah.
Ruin it. Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to be relatable
Dogs
here.
love us.
Emotions.
Dogs love us.
Dogs love us. Okay, don't ruin it for the children listening. They love us. They need to know their dogs love them.
It's funny because somebody gave an example of that in the Psychology Today. Yeah, about trying to because some people, that's how they see their dogs because of what you just said. They don't care. They don't have any. Just as long as you feed them and pet them, then they're happy. They're
content with life.
But they were saying that's like a one-sided kind of thing.
Because we can't really talk to the dog.
Well, no, they're saying it's one-sided because your dog can never like get you mad or your dog, not like that, I mean, he can run away and all that, but yeah, but it's you don't have to do anything for it to love you.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of like the point I was trying to make. Okay. Dogs will love you regardless.
Well, even like with the revelation that I had, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's why, because like, one of God's commandments, like, it's not even like an option. Like, we have to love people, like, even though people suck, like, we shouldn't, we should show people like God's love, unconditional, sacrificial, like, even though sometimes it irks us in the inside.
I think, that's probably the hardest love that people have understanding, though.
Because it's selfish, and we're selfish.
Yeah, we are very selfish, and that love, like you said, is not dependent on anything. Yeah. And people, I think, have a hard time wrapping their head around that. When you do stuff and
about it not being a two-way street kind of thing, because like I think that's what people are used to. Marriage is give and take. It's 50-50, this and that. But
well, even growing up, if you have parents like they're proud of you if you're doing something that they like, and not all parents are like that, but some people like grow up with parents where like their love is conditional, like, oh, you did good in school, oh, you're doing the sport that I want, you're doing good at this or whatever. Like, so I think sometimes when you come to God, you think like that way of God as well. Yeah, like that, like you have to work for God or you have to earn his love. And
so I struggle with that because of
or like like you can you can never do enough for your parents to love you. Like no matter what you do, you're not perfect enough. You can get straight A's, you can be the best student, you can get valedictorian, you can not make any mistakes, and your parents always criticize you. And I think sometimes people come to God thinking like, oh, I messed up, he's gonna criticize me.
Well, I think even with loving each other, like other people, and even loving like yourself, you're conditional with your own love towards yourself because you're not, like you said, you're not where you should be. You're not doing the things that you can do, so you're really hard on yourself and you don't know how to love yourself anymore. And even with somebody else, like we always put those we put like a box around our love. The moment you cross this line, that's it. Like I'm taking all my love away. Like the bonding is over. And I think that's the majority of people today. We've got that phileo. I don't know. A filet love. It's all conditional. A lot of the time we're used to conditional love. We're used to people giving and taking. I think that's where a lot of that heartbreak comes from, because it's all about the eros, or it's all about the conditions. The moment that those conditions are broken, we're taking our love away, versus the unconditional words. No matter the conditions, I will love you anyways.
And I think all like the love like today is all feelings. You make me feel this way, you make me feel that way, you make me feel good, or you make me, it's all about, and then, well, what happens the minute you don't feel that anymore? You just, does that mean that that's how?
Yeah, that's, I would say phileo love and what is
Eros?
it? Eros love is the most common love.
Yeah.
Practice.
Because it's so easy, I think, to give and take. It's really easy. You can put your hand and pass it out,
Yeah. And even the filial love, it shouldn't be so weak, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, because people sometimes aren't friends for silly reasons. You know?
I just think about that story you told where your friend just decided, you know what, we're not going to be friends and we're going to fight it out
Yeah, so
right
like-
now.
Yeah, like,
You know,
Yeah.
that
And
bond
you-
wasn't strong. Who knows what broke
you don't
it?
even
But
know. Yeah, like having no idea. She's your best friend one day, and then one day she wants to fight you. I'm like, well, what did I do? You know, you don't even know what you did. It's just, I'm not your friend anymore. It's like,
you know, and you can't go through life with such like flimsy, fragile bonds. Because like what's like you said the last episode about we need to socialize.
yeah,
You know, that's part of developing the brain. So even just like physically, you need to have those social bonds. But you're gonna like screw yourself up if your bonds are constantly breaking or changing. It's like the spider web. You know, if you've got a bunch of flimsy strings and those are your, eventually the web's gonna fall apart and there you go. You know, you know, there
Flying in the wind.
exactly. But like we need that agape love, you know, that sacrificial love, which I think is like a hard thing for people to sacrifice. You know, I mean, like I don't like sacrificing stuff for other people, my time. You know,
Like they did me wrong. Why should I have to love them?
Yeah.
Like, they don't deserve
and
that.
even, but even that he does it with no expectation.
that you're gonna
Because,
love them back.
because that's our society today, is you do stuff for people,
you
but there's
want
an
that.
expectation that I should get something back. Either like something, I should get, you know, the same, equal, or at the very least, you know, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you don't get that, then you're like, oh, well, you're such a terrible person because you didn't appreciate and you didn't acknowledge and you didn't.
I grew up with all of that.
Well, even in marriage, right? So 14 years that couple was together and their heartbeats went to their yeah.
That's because of that agape love.
Yeah, but because in marriage, love is a choice. Like, you know, even in that, like, you have to choose to love because I'll be married, I think, 8 years this year.
Yes.
So, right? Mom. I don't know. Sometimes I forget. But, like, you know, even throughout marriage, even when they're not where they're supposed to be, and, you know, in my mind, I don't do any wrong. I'm, like, the best wife. Just kidding. But, like, you know, but even in that, you have to choose to love. Because, like, sometimes you don't want to be married, you know?
What?
Yeah. Like, sometimes... Yeah. Like, sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes I'm like... Maybe I should just be alone. Just kidding, you know? But it's a choice to love.
Called me to be single.
Yeah. I'm like, Lord, take me now. No. But, you know, but even in that, like, it's a choice to love even in those times, you know? And that's that kind of love. Because even when they're messing up, they make mistakes. Because we all fail. We all make mistakes. We say stuff we shouldn't. We hurt each other. Like, we do, like, stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but even in that, you have to choose, like, I'm still gonna love this man, or, you know, even when your family, you know, family, like, burns you, or friends, it's like, I'm still gonna love them regardless, because relationships, you can grow from there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, unless they're super toxic people, then, unless they're, like, narcissists or gaslighting.
I think if they're like intentionally like hurting you and stuff, and then
Then
that
there's
is
a
the
point.
that is the time you should like get rid of that agape love. You know, they don't need no. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was like, wait.
You can love them from a distance. Right?
Yes, you can love people from a distance. Yes, absolutely.
You just don't
With
want
that
to.
agape.
What's that word?
Interact,
No.
socialize,
No.
associate.
No.
Just throw
What is it when you're enabling?
Oh,
You want to enable their behavior.
And actually, that one of the guys who did the research or whatever between the difference between agape love and phileo love, agape love really is associated with the mind, and because like you said, it's a choice, and that no matter how much you hurt me, no how many times you break my heart, I'm gonna love you. And phileo love was always associated with the heart, and the heart is deceitful and the heart is emotional and can be manipulated, can be blinded, you know, it's just so stupid, really. But it gives you the butterflies, you know, it gives you.
so I love him.
Yeah, and that's where those songs of toxic, of they're these toxic people, but you know, I love them, and you know,
I want to
Because-
do what my heart makes me happy.
So
Yeah.
they're loving with the wrong kind of love,
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
with that phileo instead.
Yeah, because
of,
there's parents too that love their kids, you know, and they'll bring correction. Yeah, but even like that, have that agape love, like no matter what you do, I love you, you know. But then there's a point like I love you, but like I can't accept the behavior of what you're doing, because I have family members like their son does meth and stuff, and it's like I can't keep enabling you to live this, but I love you, and if you come back to me, like I'm gonna love you no matter what. So there's like that unconditional.
Yeah, I think that's what people like confuse, like with your songs about what real like agape unconditional love is like you said, like when you love somebody, you're gonna be helpful still. You're gonna help them. You're gonna be truthful, like you said. You're not gonna enable. You're gonna put boundaries and lines and be like, because I love you, like you can't go past this, or because if you love me the way you're supposed to, you're not gonna go past this line, kind of thing. Like there's still sets and conditions. It doesn't mean like it's a free for all because I'm gonna love you no matter what. That doesn't mean just do whatever you want.
And I think that love is like that genuine. It's like genuine, true love. And I kind of wanted to end real quick. You know, when we were talking about marriage, you know, people forget, you know, it sounds so cool when you're saying your vows. But if you think about your vows, you know, it says for better, for worse,
richer
or poorer, sickness and in health, until death do us part. You know, that it's supposed to be till death, but it's supposed to be through every season of life.
Yeah.
When you have money, when you're broke, when you're in good health, when you're not in good health.
When you're fighting.
Yeah. For when things are great and when things are like worse and worser and worser. No, just kidding. That's not a word, but you know, but that's like true love. Like when you can go through all those seasons of life and just, you know, and just, you learn and you grow, and that's like real love, like what we kind of started off with.
Yeah, I think you start
Eventually, eventually you don't start off beating the same.
No.
That comes after time where you your heart starts to sink together, but that doesn't come easily.
So yeah, I think.
And that love didn't come easily.
Yeah, so
either.
yeah, like agape. My goodness. So like yeah, agape love isn't natural.
Yeah.
I guess.
It goes contrary to who we are.
So yeah, because we want to be selfish.
We are selfish.
You know.
That's one of the things that we started off.
I think that's what it
the
is. Like,
third
and we
podcast-
want to be selfish too.
Yeah,
It's not just
yeah.
that we are. We like being
Yeah,
selfish.
because that's what we started our podcast with, is understanding that if you understand that your starting point for you is that you're selfish. If you can get past that, we're all selfish.
Yeah.
That's where we start. We start.
It's a
at
daily
that
battle.
point. Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it with that, and then come back and
Talk some more.
talk some
about
more about love.
love. Yeah, that's be.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Bye. We love you.
Thanks for listening. Join us for our next podcast. You can contact us through Instagram at podcast412 or email us at 412fight@gmail.com. See you next time.